Hello and welcome back. In this video, we shall discuss about the electromagnetic spectrum. What is an electromagnetic spectrum? Before going to that, let us understand the basics of electromagnetic waves. This is a diagrammatic representation of an electromagnetic wave which has the two components electric and magnetic field. These vectors are perpendicular to each other. As you can see, electric field vector is along x-axis in the diagram, whereas magnetic field vector is along the y-axis. Now, another important point to be noted is that these two vectors A and B are mutually perpendicular and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So we have three factors here, E, B and V, that is electric field, magnetic field and velocity, the direction of propagation. All the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now let us see what is an electromagnetic spectrum. The orderly arrangement of EM waves in accordance with their wavelength or frequency is called electromagnetic spectrum. So all the components we are arranging either in terms of increasing frequency or decreasing wavelength, and what we get is called as the electromagnetic spectrum. This is the figure 8.5 taken from the NCERT textbook. Here the various ranges are given. We can see the components of electromagnetic spectrums as gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, visible, infrared, microwaves and short radio waves. It also follows some other signals like television and FM radio, AM radio and long radio waves. So each of these waves have their assigned value of frequency and wavelength, although they overlap at the points, but they have got their own specific range. When we talk about the waves, we see the first of it is radio waves, which is having the lowest frequency. The frequency of the wave here is around 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 8 Hertz, and these radio waves are used in communications like radio and TV communication system, radio astronomy, etc. The second is microwaves with slightly greater value of frequency. Microwaves are the ones that we use in our microwave ovens. They are also used in radar systems and in long distance communications via geostationary satellite. The next in the series is infrared waves. Here the frequency is still greater than microwaves and wavelength is roughly in the range of 1 millimeter to 700 nanometer. So we see with the increasing frequency, the wavelength is decreasing. Infrared radiations are used in remote controls of TV and VCRs. It is also used in greenhouses to keep the plants warm. It's used in haze photography and in infrared lamps, which is used in the treatment of muscular pains. It's also used in reading secret writings on the ancient walls and in the study of molecular structure. The next in the series is visible light, which is having a wavelength range of 700 nanometers to 400 nanometers. This is important because it is the visible light which makes things around us visible to a human eye. It is used to cause chemical reactions and it provides the information of world around us. Next to visible light are ultraviolet light, which are used in the food preservation. It's used in the study of invisible writings, forged documents and fingerprints. Next to the ultraviolet is the X-rays, which have got still smaller value of wavelength in the range of nanometers. X-rays are highly intense beams which are used in medical diagnosis because they can pass through the flesh and not through the bones. So we have the X-ray report taken out for medical use. It is also used in the study of crystal structure, in engineering for detecting faults, cracks, in detective departments to detect explosives, diamonds, golds, etc. in possession of smugglers, in radiotherapy to cure some skin diseases. The last in the spectrum is the gamma rays with the minimum value of wavelength less than 10 to the power minus 3 nanometers. Gamma rays are used in radiotherapy for the treatment of tumors and to destroy cancer cells. It is used to preserve food for long time. So we see the food preservations use gamma ray irradiation technique. It is also used in the study of structure of atomic nuclei because they are highly intense and they can penetrate easily through the material. Thus, it is used in the study of structure of atomic nuclei. So this is the electromagnetic spectrum and the importance of various components of it in our daily life. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you.